I'm life and business coach Samantha Sifring, and this is the Online Business Building Mamas podcast, where you learn how to build a wildly successful business from home while raising kids. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the podcast. Today, I am bringing you kind of an unpopular opinion. So this came from a conversation that I recently had with a friend of mine. She was talking about kind of this crazy thing that she discovered, which is that she had a competitor purchase something from her. One of her products that she offers, her competitor bought it, and it just kind of got us talking about this practice of buying things from your competitor for research. And I realized in our conversation that I had strong opinions about this. And she was like, you need to make this into a podcast episode. So here we are. I am creating a podcast episode on the topic of funnel hacking. So buying something from your competitor, I don't know if that technically falls into the category of funnel hacking. For those of you who haven't heard of this concept, and that is amazing, I'm going to tell you what it is. But even if you haven't heard of this concept, I bet that you have still either done it or thought about doing it, and that this episode is going to be so helpful to you. So essentially, what funnel hacking is going through a competitor's sales sequence, marketing sequence, funnel, that kind of thing to see what they're doing. So this could be signing up for their freebie and going through their email sales sequence that comes after that. This could be signing up for a low-cost offer and then seeing what their funnel is after that, seeing what their offers are after that, how they position them, how they're offering them. And in the example with my friend, this could even be purchasing that program to kind of like find out what happens behind the curtain. So this is essentially you peeking behind the curtain of somebody else's business who is in the same space as you for you to learn. So the purpose by people who teach this, and if you haven't heard of this, there are people out there who teach this as an actual technique. They're teaching that this is like the way to figure out how to grow your business. Like they're recommending that you do this, and you will find out from this episode that I am not one of those people. I'm going to encourage you to not do this. But they will say that the purpose of doing this is to decrease your learning curve by learning from what someone else is doing. So this will essentially make you successful faster. That is the sales pitch around the idea of funnel hacking. So I'm just going to say, I have never done this. I am somebody who really had a very scrappy DIY mentality when I started my business. And for me, that looked like not signing up for a bunch of stuff like this. I wasn't exposed to this idea. I was never tempted to spend money on something that I didn't actually want. I have only signed up for freebies and have only purchased things, small offers, large offers, all of it that I actually wanted and actually wanted to implement in my business. I was the kind of person who was watching the webinar and was taking 5 pages of notes or more. So you people out there who do that, I see you. I was for sure one of you. I was like, I'm going to squeeze everything that I can out of these free offers and learn to grow my business that way. So that was the approach that I had for like the whole first year of my business until I started investing in coaching to grow my business. And this is a total side note, but I don't think it's a coincidence that I made $40 in the year of the DIY squeezing the freebies, and that I made $42,000 in the first year that I made investments in my business. So for those of you who are in that boat of DIY, I'm just going to tell you, it has really paid off for me to make those investments, and I really think that it will for you as well. So let's get back into this idea of funnel hacking. I have told you why people think that it's a really great idea. They think that you can shorten your learning curve, you can get insights into how other people are doing it, you can learn so much from seeing them, you can be successful faster. Now I'm going to sell you on why I don't think that you should do this. So the first thing is that what other people are doing in their businesses may not work for you, even if it works for them, because there are no 100% strategies and tactics. We are talking about human behavior, both as the business owner and our potential clients, like our marketing, our selling, our audience. Like, this is all human behavior. Human behavior is maybe not all the way science. So I studied psychology in college, and with psychology, you could get a bachelor's of science or a bachelor's of arts in it. And I feel like that's like the perfect way to describe human behavior, that it is an art and a science, to try to understand it and predict it and explain it. So when it comes to our businesses and that form of human behavior, it's the same. It's the same thing. So this isn't like 1, 2, 3, follow these steps and you're guaranteed to get the same result that this other person got. If business was that way, we would all have businesses, right? Everybody would have a business and they would all make the same amount of money. It doesn't work that way because it's human behavior, because there are all of these different variables. So what you see that works for someone else really may not work for you. And this is why you want to be careful when you are investing in your business, that you aren't just investing in the this is what worked for me, follow my formula. That's why I don't teach it that way. If I really thought that that would help you to be like, here's the exact step-by-step that I did, you should do these things, then I would. And sometimes with my clients, I do say, hey, you need to just do this thing. I was talking to one of my clients the other day, and we were just laughing about how well it worked for her when she was first starting her business, that I would just tell her, like, this is your offer, this is what you're doing, go out there and sell it. And she went out there and sell it, and she hit her goals. It went really well. So when it's going to be something like that, then I do tell my clients, like, this is what I think that you should do, just go do this. But it doesn't always work that way. So this is why for me, with Mama to CEO, with Simple Scaling Mastermind, with Time Redesigned, all of my offers, I am so focused on helping you find what's going to work for you. So I actually teach the process of how to decide what to try. Like, you set the goal, that's the first thing. How to set your goal, how to decide what to try to make the goal happen, how to evaluate what happens after you try it, and how to make tweaks in your next attempt. So that's the process that I teach. And I teach you to implement that process, which I call the innovation cycle. I teach you to do innovation cycles over and over and over until you get the result that you want. And I teach that because I could just teach you what worked for me, but it may not work for all of you. We all have different businesses, different audiences. We're starting from different places. And I just don't think it's really fair or right to act like those differences don't exist. So I'm really here to help you figure out your thing. So when you're out there just trying to study, what did this other person do, and then plug it into your business, that just may not work. The second reason not to funnel hack is that you don't actually know if what you're looking at is even successful. So you may think that it looks successful. They may even say that they're successful. That may not be true. So you may be studying and implementing something that doesn't even work for them. So it may not even be that it worked for them and it may not work for you. It may be that it doesn't even work for them. There's a lot of things out there on the internet that aren't truthful, that aren't clear, that are deceptive in some way. And this is why with my clients, I'm so focused on the delivery of quality work to your clients, of really fulfilling what you've promised, of really being in integrity with your values and really putting out good work into the world. I think having high quality work and deliverables to your clients, really backing that up, doing a good job at what you're offering is a cornerstone to having a really successful and sustainable business. Because you can be really good at sales, but if you don't have any quality to back it up on the back end, you're always going to be out there just like trying to sell more people into it instead of having a business that's really solid with a customer base that raves about you, that wants to continue working with you, that wants to renew with you. Having solid customers that are so wowed by you because you've over-delivered, that is such a great way to build a sustainable business. Getting clients from referrals, getting renewals, like, oh my gosh, that is such a healthy business. So, I don't even know how I got on that tangent, you guys, but you don't know that what you're looking at is even successful. So first of all, we don't know if it's going to work for you. Second of all, we don't even know if it works for them. And most importantly, the most important reason to not do this funnel hacking is that it has your eyes on your competitors instead of on the people you want to serve, your ideal clients. This is huge. And this can happen so easily in business. I see this happening to my clients all the time. I would say at least half the time, if not more, maybe like 80% of the time that I am coaching my clients on something that they're struggling with. It is because they have taken their eyes off of their ideal clients and put the eyes somewhere else, either on competitors or comparing themselves to their peers or putting it on themselves and their ego or what they want. All roads lead to the answer is focusing on your clients, focusing on the people that you want to serve. The thing that stands between you and success isn't a fancy tactic that your competitor is using. It is always simple foundational basics that make up the how of your business. And the rest is mindset. It's what you think and the energy that brings and how that influences your implementation of the simple foundations. This is really what it boils down to. Simple foundational basics and what you're thinking and how that translates into your implementation. All right? The number one fastest way to success is always going to be focusing on your ideal clients. That is the people that you want to serve. So I want you really thinking about who are the people that I want to serve? How can I reach them? How can I know, or how can I let them know that I exist? How can I tell them about what I do? How can I tell them that I help them? How can I help them in advance so that they really know that I can help them once they pay me? And how can I deliver in a way that's going to blow their mind? In a way that's going to make them feel like they vastly underpaid for the over delivery that they're getting, that's going to have them raving about me, renewing with me, referring me to other people. That is the secret to success. That's the only secret you need to know. You don't need to get into anybody's sales sequence or funnel to crack that code. It's right here for you. And I'll say this, if you want to decrease your learning curve to be successful faster, hire a coach. That is the reason to hire a coach, is to help you cut out unnecessary fails and lessons that you could have just learned. There are some kinds of fails and lessons that you have to learn along the way. You have to do to be able to figure out, what is my strategy? What is the best way for me to grow my business and hit my goals? That comes from failing and learning. But there's some fails in business that you make just because you don't know. Those are those fails around the simple foundational basics, and that is what I teach in my programs. So if you are looking for help with that, absolutely work with me. I can help you. If this is around getting your business off the ground, getting your business started, wanting to learn those simple basics, the foundations for your business, and learning how to manage your mindset around the implementation, you absolutely have to join Mama to CEO. That program I designed to take somebody from 0 to 100K. Truly, it has everything that you need to know to make that kind of growth in your business. If you're looking to move beyond that, if you're looking to scale to multiple six figures and beyond, Simple Scaling Mastermind is where you need to be, for sure. That is what I'm teaching in there. I'm taking my clients from already having a successful business to taking it to that next level, that next phase of growth, that transition into scaling. It's a very different type of business, very different type of decisions that you're making, strategies that you're using. That is what we cover in that program. And for those of you who are struggling with time in particular, if you are having this thought that you don't have time to grow your business, like if you've heard about my other offers and you're like, that sounds good, but I don't have time for any of that. I don't have time to grow my business any more than it already is. Time Redesigned is now live as a course for $27. We will solve this time problem. You can get the details of all of these programs, the next mastermind launch, Mama to CEO, Time Redesigned course, all in the show notes or on my Instagram at SamanthaHMS. All right, I will see you on the next episode. If you like this podcast, I want to invite you to coach with me over in my program, Mama to CEO. There's you, and there's the consistent income you want to make in your business, and I help you remove everything standing in between. It's lifetime access for mastering your marketing, sales, time, and everything else you need to have the business and life you really want. Whether it's making your first 1,000 or 100,000, I can help you do it. To join, go to mamatoceo.com. mamatoceo.com.